What's up guys, Houndish here, and today I've got a very quick Destiny news update about a hotfix going out today and a bunch of changes that we'll see in the game, some of which are pretty promising. So I figured I'll break it down. We've got changes that'll affect the game in general for all platforms, and then we've also got some changes specific to the PC, which will hopefully help some of the issues over there. And in general, we have both faction rally changes as well as a bunch of Crucible changes, which were previewed last week, but the patch will be dropping today, so I'm going to break them down. So consoles will be getting update 1.0.6. We've got some general changes here. So they fixed the bureaucratic walk emote. They fixed the kind of collision detection that was allowing people to glitch through walls and all kinds of stuff like that. So that's no longer going to be a thing. On top of this, they fixed an issue causing players to encounter empty public spaces too often in free roam. So potentially some kind of matchmaking change there, but you should be finding more players inside of public spaces. And on top of this, they fixed issues causing players to be kicked to orbit. Just a heads up about this particular patch. Obviously there is server maintenance going on at the time of this video, but at 12 PM Pacific, which is 7 PM here in the UK, the maintenance is scheduled to end. So, shortly after this video goes live, the servers should be coming back online. But the next set of changes pertain to the faction rallies, so we're potentially going to see that pretty soon. Definitely worth bearing this one in mind because there are a few changes here. So strikes will now reward faction tokens at a range of 5 to 9 tokens per completion, and that's up from 3 to 7, so you now have a chance to gain between 5 and 9 faction tokens. The Nightfall is going to be a good one, so that rewards 10 to 18 faction tokens on your first completion per character. Completing public events now rewards 5 faction tokens, which is down from 8 previously. But here's a big one: destroying enemy resources will no longer reward faction tokens. And of course, this was the primary way that people were farming a whole bunch of these tokens. So you won't be able to go into lost sectors and shoot the crates anymore to get tokens, but they have added that opening lost sector chests will now reward 3 faction tokens for each fireteam member. So overall, I think these are good changes. It's a shame that they've dropped the amount you get from public events, but of course that is to try and promote people actually going into, strikes, other activities. They haven't mentioned the Crucible specifically here, so I'm assuming that that's going to stay the same. I believe you got 5 tokens if you win a game inside of the Crucible. 10 to 18 tokens for a Nightfall is definitely good. I would like to see even more though, granted, for, strike completions. Completing a public event will give you 5, and you get a chance of 5 to 9 for completing a strike. I feel like that should be a little bit higher. Nonetheless though, I am pleased to see that, they're promoting actual gameplay a little bit more this time. And like I said, definitely bear that in mind because we're likely to see the faction rally again soon, and there will obviously be some changes. For the Crucible though, they've updated the Mercy rule settings to allow Mercy to activate slightly later in a match, which allows a wider range of scores to actually trigger it. So for Clash, they've reduced the score limit to 50 points and it was 75 previously. Control has a reduced score limit to 90 from 100 points. They've reduced the influence that enemy controlled zones exert over the spawning system, so spawns should be better in the Crucible after this patch. You'll have to let me know how you guys are getting on. Inside of Survival though, they've reduced the round time limit to 2 minutes, down from 3. Definitely a good change, and reduced the life count to 6, down from 8. And I think Survival really needed that love. Honestly, I've had a couple of matches where I've been in Survival and felt like I'm going to fall asleep if something doesn't happen soon, so that's definitely good. Supremacy though increased the score to win to 70, up from 50. Before the alarm bells start going off though, they have changed a couple of other things. So they now grant 1 point for defeating an enemy guardian, which wasn't a thing before, I don't believe, and then adjusted the influence enemy crests have on the spawning system as well. So obviously the score change there goes in tandem with the change to defeating guardians 4 points, which again, it should be pretty interesting. I'm curious to jump in and see how these things play out. They've improved performance across the board for the Android app, the companion app for Destiny 2. They've improved the screen state preservation after rotation, added the ability to look up clans by name, and added suggestions to clans in the Browse Clans section. And on iOS, they've added the suggestions to clans as well. But specifically to the PC version, you'll be getting patch 1.0.6.1, and this is going to fix an issue where clan rosters are not showing up properly in the game, so that should help you connect with your friends, which is definitely nice. And then we have fixed an issue causing gradual performance degradation over time. And I believe this links to the memory leak that people have been talking about, some kind of issue where the game is not kind of offloading old data and eventually you just run out of memory and your performance goes horrible. So hopefully that is what they're referring to there. PC in general should have a couple of little performance tweaks there if you've been having issues. So there we go guys, just a quick breakdown of the changes that we're going to be seeing. Definitely some exciting stuff. The patches are actually dropping now on the given platforms at the time of this video going live, so you can get your updates and everything like that. And then of course these servers will go live at the times I mentioned previously. Let me know your thoughts on the faction rally token changes though. I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys think about that. I'd be curious to hear your experiences in the Crucible as well after these changes, and hopefully for the PC some of those performance issues should be resolved as well. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, a like and comment below is appreciated. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe to see a lot more Destiny 2 content, but for now, have an awesome day.